Mô Lương Thiên Jun. Hi everyone. It's nice to see you here again. It's your Zero here. And today, welcome to our Open Tempo session. Today is going to be very, very interesting because we're going to talk about a real story, a real case study from my experience, and it happened recently. So it's a very fun experience because it's about the how God talks to you. Okay, so it's like we talk about these gods and ghosts and all that stuff all the time, right? But how do you know, like, how do they actually talk to you? Do they like have a voice inside your head and things like that? No, it's not like that. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce you a little game that you can play. Okay, if you play with someone, it's like very hard to really like get good at it at first because you will have to learn some tricks to get better at this game. This game is about guessing the message. What do I mean? Well, we have like two-person, okay, you and someone else. Okay, you are supposed to guess what the message is, and the other person is supposed to act. So you can like do anything, but like you cannot write it on the paper and go like that. You have to act out what it is that you're trying to explain. For example, the third person say, "Okay, you're gonna explain hot dog. How can you act out hot dog?" So that's up to you to decide, right? And then the other guy have to like guess. Okay, what are you trying to say? Like that. Now God is like that too. Okay, so sometimes there are many different kinds of approaches that God will use to make you understand. And then you have to like bang a bit here, bang a bit there, and then eventually the puzzle come together and connect, and you're like, that's what you're trying to say, like that. It's like that. It's very interesting. Um, so you understand what kind of game I'm talking about? I'm sure everyone should because it's a famous kind of game that they play on the TV show. But anyway, so okay, let's talk about the real case here. The real case started from a family. Let's give it a name. Wong family. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Wong family. They bought a house for their kids in another country. So they bought a house. Okay, and the kids went in and lived because they have to stay there to work. Okay, or go to school, whatever you want to imagine. They have to go there. Okay, I'm kind of twisting the actual story a bit, like the roles, but the same story, but just kind of like masking their identity. So if you're in our lineage, you should know. But anyway, so they got a house, okay, for the kids. The kids went there and lived. Now after a few months, about 8 months, okay, about 8 months, the parents are in USA, and they decided to send an other kid to go there to join the house, uh, like to go take a look or to like take a look at how they are doing. Now the funny thing is, once they decided to do that, guess what? Once they decided to do that, because that house there's an altar inside the house, like altar, as in like the altar of our lineage. Okay, so yeah, there's a real working altar there. So okay, once they decided to do that, the next day, like after they booked the ticket and all that stuff, the next day, the mother in the USA suddenly feel like so sad, so down, so gloomy, so everything negative. It's like she almost wanna. It's not like crying. It's like your heart is so cold and empty, and it feels like very weird. Suddenly, it feels like that, and you cannot get rid of the feeling. And the whole night it was like that. It's so annoying. And we try to like figure out what it's about and what is causing that. And Hey, so yeah, what can you do? This thing just doesn't go away. And it turned out that eventually, after a while, we decided to dig in more in an other perspective. And after 2 days, that next, like the other kid from USA arrived at that house. They saw, wow, the house is like, how come you're like a mess right here? Everything is dirty. Here is dirty. Here's the scary dirty. And wow, it feels like, what the heck have you done to the house? And turn out, you know what? It was the altar, the landlord, the ground altar, talking to this mom, saying that that's how he is feeling about the house. So we make sure, is that the real case? It was kind of ridiculous, but it was. And then after we figure out and we sent the other kid to go and fix the problem, like you should, go there, buy this and that, and clean up the house and fix it. And after that, and do some upload to the altar, some food offerings. And after that, some love and care. The feeling is gone. The mother suddenly feels fine again. It was so funny. Now, that's not that's not enough. Okay, there's another kid from the USA, the daughter in the USA. Now, this daughter had been in this house before, like when it was first started. She went there before. This time she didn't go. It was her brother that went. Okay, so the altar missed her, and the landlord missed her, and thought, like, why are you not coming and send this guy over? Like, you don't want me anymore, like that. Okay, so this this brother stayed in the house for a while, like 2 weeks or so, and then suddenly, like one day, he feel like so sad. You don't know why it's so sad. I mean, so sad. Like the whole day, you just want to lay down and do nothing. It feels like that. So sad, and like the heart is not open. It feels like really weird. And then trying to figure out what it is. And it's like a spiritual attack or whatever it is. Okay, it's not. What the heck is going on? Is it the altar again? Like that. And then okay, and then later on, we dig up the problem and find out that, you know what? Yes, it is right. Is that issue. So the landlord is saying why the daughter is not coming. Why is she not here? Is she not like care about this anymore? And that's why it's like so sad and so like kind of like emotional. So that night we told the brother to like to like talk to the landlord, okay? Like not the human landlord, the god, okay? To talk to him and say something about it. You should tell him that no, like she is not caring. It's just that she's not coming this time and whatever. And then at the same time, okay, at the same time, it's like a human, right? At the same time, the daughter also like remotely told the brother to like do some food upload, okay, food offerings to express her heart for that god. And so he did it, and just like right after that, he already feel better. Like right after that, the thing that actually bothers him the whole day is like, it's like nothing's wrong in the world, but your heart, it just feels like a rock there, like something just like pulls you down, and suddenly that feeling is taken off. It's relieved. It's so weird. It's kind of like one day it's like you kind of feel that there's something bad going to happen, or something bad happened already. It's like you failed the exam or something, and like that pressure is on you the whole day because you're still waiting to see when you're going to get in trouble or whatever. Okay, that kind of feeling. The whole day is like sad, gloomy, down, and you don't even know why, and it cannot be lifted up. But after that, landlord understand, it's instantly lifted up. Like instantly, you got happy again. And that crazy. What the heck is wrong? Like your God is so emotional. So basically, that's how it works. God talk to you like that. It will try many, many different ways so that you can feel what's going on. When you feel, then you understand, and of course, you need like the professional ones to help you figure out. And then eventually, you decoded it, and you will understand how to fix it, and you will get to understand and know your God better. It's very interesting. I mean, look at it. Like, it's not just, oh, every day I go burn incense and then, do some robotic things on my altar. The altar, the God, the deities actually speaks. It's very, very amazing. Like, even for me, okay? I can go and like connect and speak in a more like advanced, or you can say direct way. Okay, like if I need, I can like soul travel into that dimension or whatever you want to call that, and then directly communicate. But I like if I'm just using a normal person kind of method, it can still be done. You can like, for example, like this can be done by most of my disciples. You can like go to your altar, and let's say today you need inspiration for making videos. Let's say you're a YouTuber. Okay, you can do that, and when you're like at the altar talking to the God, you can be saying that's your concern, that's what you need help with, and such, and boom, instantly after you're done, you may go to the kitchen, cook your breakfast or something, and instantly you have like a flooding amount of ideas coming to you, or something that triggers you to think in a way that will provoke a lot of like thoughts and inspiration and that kind of thing, and you suddenly will have ideas. It's so interesting, it's so effective, and that's how the God speaks to you. Now sometimes you will feel stuck too, because the God is also stuck. So it's not like, oh, I go to the God, I must have answers. Sometimes you don't. You might have to wait a bit, because the God is also like trying to figure out stuff for you, right? That's funny, because sometimes you think like, oh, God is like, they should be perfect, they know everything, right? But sometimes not. Sometimes they don't. They still need information from you. And then after you tell them some more information, suddenly, boom, there goes all the ideas. It's just like that. It's sometimes it's so human in a way, like God is not like they know everything. You need to also tell them stuff, and that's how God speaks. It's so crazy, huh? Sometimes they have to hint to you. Hint, as in like give you some kind of message in a way. The message can be like a sign. It can be like suddenly you, like in your head, there's a phrase that popped up, and like the Chinese phrases, they sometimes have like a forward or a few words uh, to tell a story, a little phrase. So sometimes there's a phrase that pops up, and it doesn't make direct sense of anything, but then that phrase will lead you to think about something, and that something will lead you to pay attention to something that you should be paying attention to, and that will lead you to actually figure out what's going on with the problem. And it's kind of funny, because you have to actually think. It's not like someone there just tells you everything. It's not like that. Most of the people, when they communicate with the gods and deities, it's indirect. It's kind of like they have to push their energy into you, and it pushes you to feel a certain way and lead and guide you to think in the proper way, and ding, you go, there goes the answer. And don't forget that the gods and deities also have feelings, right? So it's like, yeah, you have your altar, you did your wish, you did your praying, you did your offering, but if you don't build a real relationship with them, and then like what I said, there's a house, and you live in it, don't take care of the house, well, eventually the gods and deities won't like you. And when they don't like you, you know what happened? Well, if you don't like someone, what happened? So you won't talk to them, right? Or you may even want to troll on them, like do something to trick them and fool them, like, huh, you bastard, let me just waste your time, like that. Just point them the wrong way. And if you are not good with your gods and deities, they will point you the wrong way just because you pissed them off. They are just like human. They have feeling, right? So you got to understand it's not a robot. It's not like they must be there to help. Like what is must? Like, yeah, your mom and dad is also there to help. By default, they're supposed to. But at the same time, if you are being an ass and you're like being so anal, then your parent won't like you. And your parent won't always be giving. They can always be pissed and also like not like you or do some bad things to you, right? So it depends. Like you have to know the limit, what you should do, what you should not do. But the fact is, God talk to you, and they do talk to you. They will communicate with you. No matter what religion, this also applies. And it's just a matter of, do you know? Can you realize it? And can you actually confirm it? That's the question. In our lineage, if you learn from us, you can have the power to confirm, verify, and make sure that this is the right message. And then you can do the right thing to fix the problem or to talk back and things like that. And there you go. That's the God communication. Okay, so that's it for today. Hope you like it. And we'll see you tomorrow. 福生無量，大天尊。